Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I saw in the chat that you had like a lot of things going on, like with your boss and stuff like that.
Yeah, we had a lot of meetings today, but I got it over with. That's good.
How are they? How are
It
the meetings?
was very long. It was like almost 3 hours long.
3 hours?
Yeah, and then I had to like travel right after, so I was like freaking exhausted. But it's okay.
Travel?
Yeah, I went back home for the weekend.
Oh,
Which is
Yeah.
how was the ride back home?
There was a lot of traffic.
How was like the average time coming back?
Usually it's like 2 hours, but like today it took like around 2.5
Okay.
because there was like an accident that happened.
Oh, 2.5?
Yeah.
Where where did you say you lived again?
Dublin.
Dublin. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even from the Bay Area, so I don't even know
Oh,
I can tell 2 hours and 30 minutes is a long ride.
yeah, it's exhausting, but it's fine. We're pushing through
no.
it.
Right. No, but I'm glad you can make it today. I know you had a lot of things to do, busy. I know it's tiring. It's still 9 p.m., but I'm glad, you'll be able to make it, you know.
Yeah, I'm just locked in for midterms again.
Yeah, tell me about it. Last week I was just locked inside the library. I was living in the library.
Yeah, that's me too.
Nah, but yeah, I know we have Tony here again. I know last meeting we
Um,
just talked about, just a little bit ourselves, get to know each other a little bit better. And then now in this meeting, we get to talk more about like the business model into like
No,
a little more details about it.
okay. Hello. Hello, Mahika. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah. You say you're in midterm season now?
Yeah, I'm locked in
Oh, really?
24/7.
Okay. How many midterms do you have this week?
It's on next week. I have like three next week, back to
Oh,
back.
next week. Okay. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Three. What classes?
There's one that's engineering, second is computer science, and third is math. So
Hmm.
I have all back to back. So I'm locked in. I'm locked in
Okay.
this week. I gotta lock in this week.
Okay. Yeah. No. Good luck to you. I know UC
Thank you.
Merced, right? You're at UC Merced, right? UC
Yeah.
Merced with Jordy over there. They're going through like midterm season stuff like that. But over here, I think we're fine. But yeah, how is your day so far?
It was good. It was exhausting, like I told you.
Yeah, I saw it. I remember we were supposed to meet earlier, but then you said was it like your boss? Like it was like your boss called you in or something?
Yeah, he was like, bro, we gotta talk right now. I was like, okay. It was about like that proposal meeting that I told you about. So we were just working on a huge project for the company and it's in progress. So he just wanted to check in on my progress, but it took
I
3 hours.
see.
So
I see. Yeah, so they can just call you up whenever.
yeah.
Oh, okay, there
Pretty
you
much.
go. Kind of see that lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, but I remember last time we met up, we talked for a bit, the three of us, and we got to know each other a little bit better. And then you listened to the material that we sent out to you, right? Remember the video of my mentor? What'd you think about it?
Yeah, it was, I think like I said, texted you guys. I
Hmm.
was pretty shocked about like my reaction was like, damn, this guy's dope.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
No. Yeah. Definitely. No. Yeah. Go
so
ahead. Sorry. I didn't mean
oh
to cut you
yeah.
off.
I was like, yeah, I took like hella notes and I was pretty like surprised by like it was just his mindset at like this age especially. So I was like, damn,
Mhm.
I gotta learn from him.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. Super chill guy. I know we got to spend some time with him. Um.
Mhm.
But yeah. Yeah. How do you feel after watching that video?
I feel like it's low-key has changed my mindset a lot, especially like in the future. Like, if I'm gonna partake in any actions with business, like I'm
Mhm.
definitely gonna follow his mindset, or at least like, definitely like look up to some of
Uh,
his goals he wanted us to teach. So,
Okay. Yeah, he's actually doing a big seminar. What is it? This Friday or this
oh
Saturday,
really?
I think. Yeah, it's actually super crazy. It's gonna be in like Santa Clara or something. We can talk about that after, but I just wanted to mention that because he doesn't do meetings like that often. Um,
Mm,
but yeah, this is someone who's already he's the one that's obviously helping me and Jordy went back when we started, and right now we're still growing our business. And the funny thing is, it's actually his birthday today. Now that I think about
oh
it,
really?
Yeah, I remember it was his birthday today because I texted him
Oh.
earlier, "Happy birthday!" And I saw him yesterday, and I completely forgot. Um, but yeah. But yeah, no, this is someone, obviously helping out me and Jordy a lot when it comes to the business that we're running. So that's obviously what we want to talk, a little bit more about today that
Mhm.
we didn't maybe touch on a little too much last time. So I have a slideshow to share. Let me know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, yeah. So basically, we're just gonna go over, the business model that we run and a little bit of mindset that, you might have recognized from the video that I sent out to you. Um, because again, like we might have mentioned last time, is that what we are is taking candidates through a selection process, right? We're trying to evaluate, will someone be the right business partner for us, in terms of, can they earn our mentor's mentorship, right? Should we help this person start a business? So we really want to, be on the same page about who we are, right? I mean, this is what, like, only our second time meeting. We're still kind of like strangers to each other a bit, right? Kind of forgot, since the last time we talked. Um, so obviously, throughout this time, any questions and things like that, you can feel free, speak up and ask. But yeah, let me just go ahead and get right started into it. Before we even talk about any business or anything, um, I want to ask you, what is your money blueprint? Do you know what that means?
Looking out. Looking out.
Take a guess. What do you think?
I don't know, maybe it's like the structure of like how income is or something like that.
Uh-huh. Well, kind of, right? So what it is essentially someone's plan, when it comes to making money, spending money, investing money, um, right? Because everyone has that kind of mapped out, when you're paying for bills, saving up for things like that. Um, but what kind of, determines that money blueprint is your mindset on what money is and how you value money. Kind of like your subconscious belief, on what it is. So the reason we talk about that is to, kind of tell people that what running a business, what entrepreneurship entails, is a lot different than everything you've been taught, growing up to this point, right? And I feel like, my mentor talked about it a bit in the video about, kind of like societal programming, right? And that's how, people's money blueprints come to be. For example, like for me, I come from kind of a poor background. My family, like I said last time, they were immigrants. They had spoke no English. They had no money, um, and I never got to spend too much time with them, right? Because they were always working and stuff like that. So what I always saw money as is something, so valuable that my parents, need to sacrifice time away from me to go make. And they were the same ones who always told me to, work hard for my money, go to school, get good grades, get into a good college, to get a good job, right? People tell you that growing up. Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is kind of, like all these things people tell us, money doesn't grow on trees, things like that. It kind of like builds it up for you on what action you should take with your money. Like for example, for someone like me, like I said, I live a lot more frugally, right? I'm not someone that's a big spender. I'm someone that, is very careful with my money because I understand that it took a lot, out of me to just make that. But for someone else, let's say, some of my other business partners, they come from a lot more wealthier background, right? So they had a lot more money growing up compared to, let's say, me or my family. And, for these people, their money blueprint is completely different because for them, money is abundant. There's a lot of it, and, they're more likely to take risks when it comes to that. So you can see, all these things that you see growing up is what's going to determine, the actions that you take with your plan, with your income, with whatever major you choose, career you pursue, side hustle you try to build. So when we're talking about entrepreneurship, it's something completely different, than someone with the mindset of, an employee, someone that's been someone that's been taught to work hard for their money. It's completely different. So what we ask of people is to kind of, start to question things, right? Trying to start to unlearn, some of the things they've just been taught their whole lives blindly, right? Like nobody ever questions things. We kind of just get born into this world and we're like, that's just the way that it is, right? Like my favorite example is you see the slide down there with the days of the week.
Mm,
You ever
yeah.
You ever wondered why we have a 2 day weekend?
No.
No, right?
It's just like to get like a break, but like honestly, it's not really a break.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, exactly, right? Um, But back then, there was no weekend. There was no break at all. Back in the industrial times, people used to work 7 days a week, and there were no laws to stop them from doing that. So what some of these smart business owners, I think one of the most famous ones was Henry Ford, is he decided that he should give his employees a day off to rest, right, to recharge so they can come back to work the next week. But that's not all. That they gave him another day, 2 day weekend, right? The second day so they can not just rest, but spend the money that they made, through the first 5 days of the week. So they give them 5 days to work, one day to rest, one day to spend the money that they just made, right? Because you see, all businesses are kind of open on the weekends. So you can see, it's kind of a rat race, right? That's what keeps people just coming back to work, making money, spending money, and that's kind of what an employee lifestyle is like. So obviously, we're sitting here today talking because we don't want that, right? I can't imagine that's something that you want, right? It's definitely not something that I want. Um, which is why we've been so focused on building our business at such a young age. So the next thing that I want to talk about is, again, I want to reiterate on why I'm doing it all, why we're even like I said, college students still working, going to school and building a business on the side is because, like I said, we don't want to live that employee lifestyle. I want something a lot larger than just what a degree and a good job can get me. I want something a lot more than just what a day trader's lifestyle, which is what I used to do, what that would get me. Um, the reason I decided to study business was because the business owner's lifestyle is the only one that can get you every single one of these values in your life. And take a look at the wheel of life. How many of those values would you want in your dream lifestyle?
Let me say probably like pretty much all of them.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I would say definitely all of them. I have a pretty high standard, right? I want the best for myself. But when I look back at my old plan of, when I was studying accounting, I wanted to be CPA. I don't get many of these values, right? Like, what impact and legacy am I leaving behind as a CPA? Where's my personal growth? Where's my time with my family? Like, I'm spending time counting other people's money when I want to count my own money. So that's not what attracted me. So you know what? Like back then, again, I was doing day trading, and there's no freedom in that. It's waking up early every single day. There's no, you're not in control of your money, your income. So that's why I decided to major in a business because, again, it was the lifestyle of a business owner that attracted me, and that was all before I found out that in school it's just teachers, right? Teachers, not business owners. It's teachers teaching you about business, and I'm just like, that doesn't sit right with me anymore. But it's okay. It's not like that's in my control, which is why, thankfully I have a mentor. So I don't have to rely on what? My professor is like, what, 100 years old or something. So I really want to emphasize this because obviously, building business is a long-term thing. It's something that, there's, like, I can be very upfront with you. There's many times where I thought about quitting, giving up, stopping along the way. Um, what was it like, going with the crowd, going back to my old ways, things like that. But what keeps me going is this internal motivation that I have, that I really, my parents went through a lot to bring me to this country, and I don't want to just settle down, waste those risks that they went through just to have a mediocre life. And this is something people always dream of, right? Like when you're young, you're a child, you're like, oh, I want to live like this, I want to live like that. But somewhere along the way, it's like people give up. It's like people decide it's not even possible. And I'm just like, why? Right? Like, who said it's not possible? So it's just thinking about my life 5 to 10 years ahead is what keeps me going during those times where what revenue is down, or my business is struggling. Because it's something that people need to understand takes time. And like I said in the last slide, that a lot of people are programmed as employees, which are, what are they taught? To clock in for what, 8 hours, and when they clock out, they know they're going to be paid for those 8 hours. But when it comes to business, obviously, there's a lot of time in between until a profit, right? Not even just getting your money back, but just a profit. Like, yeah, Amazon, for example, that's my favorite example because you know how long it was until they made their first profit.
No, no clue.
It was
Tell
like
me.
nine or 11 years, something
Oh,
like that. It was a long time, right? But that's about industrial age business, right? Which is completely different. But again, I just want to reiterate that always think about the reason why you're doing it all, right? Because there'll be many times where it'll be uncomfortable. It's not something you want to keep doing, but I like to stay, focused. And honestly, I don't even need internal motivation. I get reminded every day, right? When I get stuck in traffic, I'm in class. Like, well, I just sat in a 3 hour class earlier. I'm like, I don't want to be here. I want to be living like this, right? That's my reminder. And my reminder is seeing my mom come home tired, seeing my dad come home tired every day. That's my reminder. My reminder is what? Eating cup noodles, for night after night. I'm like, man, where's my wagyu, right? Where's my filet mignon? But like I said, it's my reminder that I have a high standard of how I want to live, and I'm committed, to one day reaching that standard, which is obviously right, like how my mentor lives now, which is why I listen to him. But yeah, moving on. I want to talk about this really quick. Have you ever seen these cash flow quadrants before?
let me see what.
Have you ever seen these cash flow quadrants before?
Yeah, it's pretty familiar, but like never really like actually like pay attention to it.
Hmm. Okay, yeah. So it does get taught in some classes,
Mm.
um, but it's essentially what, a concept made by Robert Kiyosaki, a very successful author and business owner, and basically what he means here is that any way that you make money in this world can be put into one of these four quadrants. So if you take a look at it, that on the left side, people are making active income, like you, like me, right? We have job, right? So we're trading our time for money. And it's around like what, 95% of people that find themselves on that left side. But where I want to be is on the right side, making passive income. That's where I want to be because now it's not just money, it's time, right? So the crazy thing is that only 5% of people obviously are on that side, but that's where 95% of the wealth is. So why are so many people on or still on the left side? Well, it's because they have different values. Because like I mentioned earlier, when it comes to employee, their value is security, stability, right? Like I said, knowing that if they clocked in for this amount of time, they'll be paid for it. Everyone's got bills to pay, they got rent due, they need food to eat, and they need to know that they'll be able to afford it. So some people are okay with living like that. Like I said, not me, but I never put down. Because when it comes to staying in that employee quadrant, your money is limited because your money is dependent on your time and your time is limited, right? It's not like anyone's working 24 hours a day. People only work like what, 8, 12 hours, and then that's it. That's all they have to make money. I never wanted a cap on my income. So that doesn't attract me. Another thing is, when it comes to being an employee, you have a job, which means that if you have an injury, you can't come to work, you don't come to work that day, there's no money there, right? Like you break your leg, you're out of work, sucks to be you, right? So, yeah, I never was too interested about living that employee lifestyle. Like I said, I started working at like what, 15 years old. I'm like, this is not what I want to do. So some people get fed up with that and they go out and start their own business, their own side hustle, another way to make money on the side. So when it comes to starting a business, there's two ways to do it, in the S and the B quadrant, which you can essentially, look at that as small business and big business. So what your small business is your hustlers, right? Back in high school, me and my friends started a clothing brand. We tried that for a bit. um, what was it? Barbers, things like that. People do like, bakeries. I know girls do like lashes and nails and things like that. But it's essentially, your services, right? As a small business, like, small businesses, right? Little coffee shops, things like that. Um, some people go out and do that. I don't think, that's for me because the thing about small business is it requires a lot of expertise. You can be really good at something. And it's actually even more time consuming. We're talking about trading your time for money, something more valuable for something less valuable. For a small business owner, they are the first ones the first one's there in the morning and the last one's there at night. They have to be there all the time. Like if a barber's not cutting hair, he's not making money. If I'm a barber and I can't show somebody how to cut hair like I do, then it's not duplicatable. It's not scalable. It's not something that can free me. Like I said, because my values are more than just money, it's time. It's that time that I can use to spend with my family. It's that time that I can use to do the things that I actually like. So I'm not looking to, be manage, my own business, have to be there all the time. It only runs when I'm there. So that's why I'm building business in the B quadrant. And the difference is that in the B quadrant, you're just focused more on building a system. And my favorite example of that is Steve Jobs, because you know Steve Jobs, right? He's been dead for a long time, but every year they still come out with a new iPhone. I'm just like, wow, that's longevity, that's sustainability. I want my business to run, make me money while I sleep, while I travel, while I'm out, playing with my kids or something. So I don't have to be there all the time. My mentor always told me if you're the smartest guy in your business, then I promise you that you're doing everything. You're doing all the work. Because, like I said, that's what I value about the lifestyle of a business owner. It's not just your 24 hours anymore, but it's everybody else's 24 hours together. And that's how people are able to make more money. So that's obviously where we're working right now. Want to build a B quadrant business. We're not going to talk too much about investor quadrant because we're not really there yet. When we're talking about like real investing, we're talking about thousands, tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars into something, and I don't got that right now. I can be very real about that, but that's obviously where I want to end up. Right? That's building business, eventually have enough capital where I can walk away from my business, still have it make money, put that money into investments and live off my money. That's how I want to live, right? So, any questions right now? Still following along? I know I was talking a lot, so
Nah,
good.
honestly.
Okay, yeah. Let me know if I am. Like, man, this guy never stops talking. Um, so yeah, we want to build business in the B quadrant. And before we talk about, how exactly we do that, we want to talk a little bit more about passive income because, like we talked about earlier, if it's so great, why doesn't everybody have it? Because again, like I said, societal programming. Nobody ever told you to go make passive income. Like, did your parents ever tell you, like, hey, Mahika, you should go start making passive income? You don't want to spend all your days at work.
Oh
No,
no.
never, never, right? They told you to go work. They told you to go study, and that's because they were also told that. So it takes, the black sheep, right? Like everyone's walking this way, then the one guy walks that way. You got to be like that when it comes to entrepreneurship. Another thing is that passive income, not a subject in school. You never get taught that in school. Um, I have a funny story about that because when I was a senior in high school, I was picking my majors, um, and my teacher was helping me, and I didn't know what major to pick when I was doing my college apps. He asked me, what do you want to do? Like, what is your interest? What do you see yourself doing for the rest of your life? And during that time was when I was day trading. So I was very interested about the stock market. I was very interested about making money on there. And I told my teacher that, I want to major in the stock market. Which one teaches me about that? And then he laughed at me. I remember he laughed at me, and at the time, I didn't really. I just shrugged it off. I'm like, okay, whatever, pick another major. But reflecting and looking back at that now, I wanted to major in passive income. In some way, I wanted to learn about it, but it's not an option. It's not something they have, accessible for students. So yeah, it's kind of something you just have to, do on your own. Never, like I said, never been on your attention. The way I started thinking about passive income a lot more was because when I was young, I used to watch these videos of successful people, and they talk about, some of the things they wish they did, some of the things that they did do, and they'd always say that, their biggest regrets were not investing sooner, was not putting in work sooner. So as a young kid, I'm like, oh, I'm getting ahead of everybody. So some people like that are like me, but some people graduate, get their master's degree, struggle to find a job, and then they realize that, maybe I should have been building something on the side. So thankfully, I'm not waiting until then, and I can't imagine anyone here wants to. So this is why, we're so focused on, building up our B quadrant business. So now I'm gonna tell you how we do that. There's different ways to do it, obviously, when it comes to building big business. Um, the first way is through traditional business, right? Like, Shark Tank. So yeah, it's basically like Shark Tank, right? Like come up with an idea, pitch it to investors, try and make it big, try and make it out. For some people, they like that, right? And I'm not saying you can't be successful in traditional business because you most definitely can, but it's not for me because I can tell you right now, I'm not a very creative person. I can't come up with new ideas. I don't got a cool product in mind or high expertise or anything. So maybe it's not for me. And another thing I don't have is the money, the capital. It's one thing to have a good idea, an original idea. It's another thing to have the capital and the capability to make it come to reality. So I'm not so interested in building traditional business. Maybe down the line when I have a lot more money to be, risky with. But for right now, it's not what I'm focused on. The second way is by buying an existing business system, something that works, like a franchise, right? Like a McDonald's, a Subway, a Starbucks, something like that. But again, I don't have any money. I'm a broke college student, right? You know how much it is to buy McDonald's?
I don't know, for like, I don't know, I got fries. Like, I bought fries for my mom and it was like $5 for like a small. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
So for a McDonald's, it's like $1.2 million to open your own McDonald's.
Damn.
It's a lot, right?
Yeah.
And I don't got that. I don't think I'll have that soon, so I'm not so worried about buying my own McDonald's. And no, even if I did have the money, I wouldn't even want my own McDonald's because the big thing that I look for when it comes to evaluating a business that I should do is scalability. Is what is the cap? Like I said, what is my limit? What is the potential on how I can exponentially grow my income? And when it comes to a franchise like McDonald's or Starbucks or whatever you buy, it's not scalable. Because let's say you had a successful McDonald's, for example, and I'm like, wow, Mahika, your McDonald's making a lot of money. Okay, I want one for myself. Can you show me how to open McDonald's? There's nothing you can do to help me because the only thing I can be helped with is if you send me to the McDonald's HQ, right? And they're the ones who help me start my own McDonald's. The only way you can scale up your business is by buying another one, having two McDonald's. So it's not that scalable, which is something that kind of uh, like loses my interest. But then this is where we come into network marketing, which is a business model that we use. Have you ever heard of network marketing before?
Mhm.
Oh, really? Where have you heard of it before?
My mentor was telling me about network marketing,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know too much about it, but like he's giving me like a brief description of it.
Okay, yeah. So how well do you understand it from what he said?
Low-key beginner. Not too much of an expert.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, whatever go ahead. You can just yeah, give it a shot.
I don't know. All I know is that it's like a lot of risk taking and it's a lot of
Mhm.
like dig deeping in searching. That's like
Mm,
the gist of it. Like just searching for like the best opportunity out there.
mm.
Like that's kind of like how I see it.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, kind of in a way in searching for the best option. But
Hmm.
to kind of, tell you a little bit about it, the first thing that caught my attention was the low startup costs.
Hmm.
Like I said, I don't have money to buy any of those other types of businesses, but thankfully, I don't need it when it comes to network marketing. Like I told you, I got started with my business when I was in my first year of college at 18 years old. I did not have a lot of money back then, but thankfully, I didn't need it. I didn't need it. Another thing is, again, I'm not creative. I can't come up with my own original product or idea, but thankfully, I don't have to because what I do is partner with a network marketing company and I leverage their products and services. Again, another thing that I don't have to worry about. And this is, kind of what I think, you were kind of referring to in the sense that you need to know what is, the best company to partner with. What are the best products and services that will help you succeed the fastest, in network marketing. And that's all something we're going to talk about in a bit. But then again, one of the biggest things for me about this business model was the scalability. What is the cap on our income? And when it comes to this type of business model, in our case, it's unlimited. And that's exactly what I want. Like, who would want a cap on their income? Like, it makes no sense, right? Like, if anyone's looking for that, then, come on. But yeah, that's what we want to talk about. Um, so to kind of break it down a little bit more on what exactly network marketing kind of entails, is it's a combination of e-commerce and franchising. So you remember we talked about that a bit last time, did we? A bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, so then you're kind of aware that, when it comes to owning an e-commerce platform, is that you're a middleman, is where your job is essentially what? Connecting people out there to your products and services when it comes to not just e-commerce, but commerce in general, just any type of business out there, you're a middleman. But when it comes to e-commerce, it's something that's grown to be a lot more because now you don't need what? A physical storefront to start a business. You don't need a large inventory. You don't need a lot of employees. You can look on the bottom right, all of those successful e-commerce companies that have taken over this world in some of the weirdest ways, like right, like Uber, largest taxi company, no vehicles. Airbnb, they don't own any real estate. Netflix, they don't make any movies. Well, now they do, but back then they didn't. They didn't start out that way. But it's completely different than what, like I said, what industrial age business is because you're not starting from just the product. You're starting with the platform. So again, that's kind of how e-commerce works. The e-commerce aspect of it. When it comes to network marketing, it's a combination of e-commerce and franchising. In the means, in that way that I can help somebody start their own business, and that's how I can scale my business out. So we're gonna talk about that in a bit, but to kind of give you just a little bit about the philosophy, just kind of how network marketing works. Um, to make it like easy to understand, it's that these companies just in traditional ways, these companies are spending thousands, millions of dollars every single year in different forms of advertisements for their products and services. For example, let me ask you, when was the last time you bought something from a YouTube ad?
Oh shit. It's been a while.
or have
Um,
you? Because I never have.
I have,
You
but it
have
was super duper long time
a
ago.
long time ago, right?
Yeah.
I not only have never bought something from a YouTube ad, I don't think I've ever watched a full YouTube ad.
Oh yeah,
Every
for sure.
every single time they offer the skip button, I will skip it. Every time. Sometimes they have the little timer on it now. You have to wait like 10 seconds before you can skip. I will still skip. What about a billboard? You ever been driving on, the freeway, you see a billboard and you're like, let me pull over, check this out. Has that ever happened to you?
No.
No, okay. What about pop-up ads? You ever been like trying to focus on something, some pop-up ads keep popping up and you clicked on one and bought something?
No.
Me either. But like I said, these companies are spending millions of dollars on these forms of advertisements for someone like me, someone like you to just not even look at them. Not very effective, right? So this is how network marketing does it different because what these companies understand now is that they can pay a prosumer to help market products and services. So, what a prosumer is somebody that uses and, like I said, shares about different products and services. The basic way I can break it down here, let me ask you, what type of phone do you have right now?
It's the iPhone 16
Oh,
Pro.
really? Oh, iPhone 16. Okay, why iPhone?
Well, I I want to trade in my other phone because my phone battery was low. Like it was
Uh-huh.
it needed service. So then I
Uh-huh.
had there was like a discount going on. There was like, oh, if you trade in your other phone, then you get the shit for like free. So I was like, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But do you think it's like a good phone?
I mean, to be honest, like it's just a new phone. That's all I see it. Like
Mm.
I know they update it every single year, but I see no difference. Like
Oh,
I don't know,
really?
charging me like $1,000 for nothing.
Oh my, that's insane. So do you think should I get an Android or should I get an iPhone?
Okay, well, if it's it's about texting, so I would say
Uh-huh.
iPhone.
iPhone. Okay, why? It makes it easier to text?
Yeah, it's just easier to text and like for me.
Oh, okay.
But like I know there's like pros and cons to everything. Like Android,
Mm.
the only pros for me is like the camera quality and like the storage is like
Oh,
dope.
okay. Oh,
And then like
storage. That's a
mhm,
big one because I got a lot of pictures on my phone. My phone,
yeah, I have a lot
my
of pictures
my phone's
too.
always lagging because I need more storage.
Yeah, yeah. But for
But
me, like, for iPhone, I had to pay like iCloud Plus was like 99 cents a month, which I think is absolutely stupid. But
okay.
for Android, like my dad has an Android
Uh-huh.
and like he has like over like a billion photos and like none of it ever like goes out of storage. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No. That. Thank you for sharing that because I think I'm gonna go and buy myself an iPhone now because I need the storage and camera quality, right? Oh, and my dad and my mom, they need a new phone too. One that's easy to use, one with a good camera, good storage. So I'm gonna buy one for them too. So tomorrow I'm gonna go to iPhone. I'm gonna buy 3 iPhones because you told me to. You told me what was good about it. So you just helped Apple sell 3 iPhones just right now, for example. Did they pay you anything for that? And how
No,
do you
we pay
feel? Yeah, exactly. We paid them. So how do you feel about that?
like I'm broke.
Right. No, exactly. Like, where's my commission check? I just sold 3 iPhones, right? But in reality, like I said, they never pay you. They never will pay you. You're just free advertising right now. And this is actually what goes on every single day when people post, things on their stories, when people share things with the people they know. Because, if you were to tell me that, like, I trust your judgment, right? When I see advertisements about the iPhone, it says what? The best this, the best that, the best that. But I want to hear it like, of course they're gonna say that, right? I want to hear it from someone else, right? I want their opinion. And since, I know you, I trust your judgment, then I'm more likely inclined to listen to what you say. So what these companies learned is that people move products. So what network marketing essentially the philosophy is you know that free advertisement that people do every day. You now get a chance to earn from it, make income from it. Another example is the Popeyes chicken sandwich. That was one of my favorites because during that time I was like what in high school if I remember right. Everyone was talking about it. I'm like, wow, it's a new thing at Popeyes. I want to go check it out, but I never saw a commercial about it. Never saw like an ad about it. I just heard everyone talking about how good it was. So guess what? I went to Popeyes. I bought it. I ate it. Wow, they got me. But it was good, right? So like I said, it's what people do every single day. But when you partner with a network marketing company, you have an opportunity to make income from that. So that's what we want to talk about next is how exactly we make income when it comes to building a network marketing business. So the first way is through retail margin. So you understand what retail margin is, do you?
Mhm.
So yeah, it's pretty basic. They teach it a lot. Is the difference between the cost and the retail price, right? Like when you buy a can of Pepsi at the store, it's like what $2. Um, but it's only like 20 cents, a few cents to make. But the reason for that is because why? You're paying for the advertisement, you're paying for the distribution, you're paying for the manufacturing, everything. It all, is calculated in the retail price. So when it comes to partnering with a network marketing company, is where you get these access to different products and services at the cost. So there's already that small retail margin from the retail price that people sell it at. That little gap adds up, and that's where people can make money, right, through retail margin. But this is very important. Obviously retail margin is a good way to make money, but it only depends on what types of products and services are offered. That is a big thing you want to look for. I remember earlier you said, what was it? How to know like which one's the best opportunity, right? How to know, you really want to take your time to evaluate different companies, different, compensation plans, different products and services to understand which is the best one. Well, I wouldn't say best one. For me, it's which one would make me successful. That's what I look for. Like even I'm not looking at my favorite or things like that. I'm looking at the one that'll make me successful. So to tell you a little bit about our products and services from the company that we partner with, we focus on daily consumption products. And when I see that, it's something that I have a lot of trust on its sustainability. What I look for in a line of products and services is how often are people coming back for this? How in demand is this? Because let me ask you, when was the last time you bought a new phone? You said you traded yours in, right? So when before that, what was the how long until your old phone to the phone you have now?
2, 3 years.
2, 3 years, right? And then when do you plan on getting another phone?
Not for long.
Nah, exactly,
Stay
right?
up.
Exactly. Same thing for like a laptop, right? Let's say my laptop, for example, I got it like what, 4 years ago, and it's kind of wearing down on me. Might get a new one, maybe not for another like 1, 2 years. So some of these products, like you see all right there, they're not so in demand all the time. People are only buying them every so often, but there's certain products that people just continue to come back for every single month, every single week, and I would want a product line that focuses on that because from what I used to do like drop shipping and things like that. The products that I would kind of look for was like what's trendy, right? Like little fidget toys, things like that. And then what it grew out of demand, nobody wanted them, and I was stuck with everything. So what makes me really confident about our products and services is that I know there's something. Any person that I meet that I talk to, there's something on my website that I can offer for them regardless of their age, ethnicity, who they are, where they come from. There's always, I always will have something that could be of value to somebody because there's certain products and services that, like I said, people continue to use, come back for, most importantly, use all the time because, uh, like I said, sustainability is something that I really look for. Our company, our business was very successful during the pandemic because during that time, what COVID-19, everyone's indoors. Nobody's gonna stop brushing their teeth. Nobody's gonna stop washing their clothes. Nobody's gonna stop what taking their protein, right? Their vitamins. There are certain things that people will always come back for, regardless of what if the economy crashes, if there's a new pandemic people are still going to need to do certain things. So I'm glad that, if anything ever happens, there's some products, well, our products, my products, that people will always have value for. So a big thing when it comes to evaluating, like I said, a business model and a company to partner with, you really want to pay attention to not just what products and services they have, but what is the quality of them. What exactly are they doing to obtain and make these products, manufacture them. It's a big thing you want to look out for. Another thing is that when it comes to our business, we have a 180-day customer satisfaction guarantee, which is pretty crazy because you know how much it is at Walmart. You know
No,
how
isn't
many
it 30 days? Isn't it
30
30
days.
days?
You said 30 days,
Yeah.
right? It is 30 days. If you have the receipt and if it's unopened, right? All these different rules and things like that. Um, so when it comes to our business, we will let somebody try something for 6 months, whole 180 days. And if they aren't satisfied with something, they could be fully reimbursed. That's pretty crazy. And you know what that shows me is that this company has um, a lot of trust, a lot of confidence in their products and services. I mean, speaking from my own experience, I haven't had too many complaints, but if I did, within 6 months, people have the opportunity. Um, and yeah, obviously, training and association is something that we focus on when it comes to our mentorship. I told you I got started when I was 18 years old, shy, introverted, broke, college student. I didn't, have the most sales experience or anything like that. But thankfully, my coach, my mentor were the ones to push me into kind of the person I am today. So I'm thankful for that. Like I said, having someone successful who's built this kind of business before, showed me how to do it, is something that I just can never, underestimate. Um, but yeah, any questions right now at this point? Any thoughts on your mind? Still following along?
Pretty straightforward.
Jordy, you good? Jordy
Good.
chilling? All right. So yeah, that's not just the first way. That's not just the only way we make money. It's just one way through the e-commerce aspect of it. So now we can talk a little bit more about the partnering and franchising aspect of it, because the next ways to make money is through our performance bonus schedule. Okay, just to be very clear about something. When it comes to our business, we are paid based on performance, not by position. Makes sense, right? Yeah, you ever been at work and you're working and then you look over at your coworker and you see them on their phone? You see them kind of messing around. That ever happened to you? It sucks, right?
All the
Yeah.
time.
I'm like, what the heck? I mean, I thought we were working. You're mad, right? You want to complain. You want to tell somebody. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because you get paid the same. Regardless of what you do, you still get paid the same. I always thought that was unfair. Like maybe I should be the one on my phone, right? And the whole store shuts down. But like I said, I always thought that was unfair. So thankfully, when it comes to our business, that's not the case. Like I said, paid based on performance, not by position. What that means is if this is something you're better at than me, something that's easy for you and you're just, the best ever, I'm not the one to tell you that you won't make more money than me because you most definitely will, right? And I'm thankful for that, because like I said, at your job, regardless of how hard you work, how much effort you put in, you're only restricted to only this much an hour. You're only getting what 50-cent raises every few months, and it's just like that's not fair. So I love an opportunity to get rewarded and compensated for the work that I actually put in. Um, and the next way to make money in network marketing business is the leadership bonus, which is you can essentially look at it as kind of a royalty fee because you understand that, like I said, you're going through a selection process. This is how we kind of franchise our business out because it's the same selection process that I went through. It's the same selection process that I helped Jordy go through. And after I had the opportunity to meet him, learn from him, learn about what he's looking for, what attitude he has, what work he's willing to put in, what expectations he had, all the things were cleared up. Connected him to my mentor. We got started, helped him start and grow his own business. And like I said, we're looking for people to do the same. And what that royalty fee entails is kind of like what, like that 6%, bonus that I would get from Jordy's business as long as I help him. But this is something that we really need to be clear about, because like I said, um, It's based on performance. So I'm really, investing my own time to look for the right business partner because I'm not just going to put in my time and effort to just help anybody. Like for example, let's say that we threw the whole selection process out the window right now. Let's say you launched right now. Congratulations. Throw a party, big celebration, right? Well, I'll connect you with my mentor. I'll help you start your own business. You can sign up, get access to the e-commerce platform, different products and services right now. Okay, so you signed up. Take a guess. How much money do you think Jordy made from that? From you signing up?
Mm, is it, well, is he the one that made that person sign up?
Hmm.
So then it must be because of performance. So he must have earned.
So how much do you think he earned? Any guess? Wild guess.
I'm gonna just guess like based on the e-commerce platform, like I don't know, because like I know every click, like someone clicks on the website, they get like at least like $5 or something.
Mm.
So I'm guessing from him it could range anywhere from like like $20 to like 500. I don't know.
Okay, okay, okay. That's a guess, right? Okay. What about me? How much money do you think I made?
Well, you're not the person who made him sign up,
Uh-huh.
so I don't think
Okay.
you got any
Okay.
information.
You want to know how much both of us make by
How
that?
much?
Jordy makes zero. I make zero.
Mm.
We both don't make anything. If you signed up right now, we don't gain anything from that. Because when it comes to our business, it's a win-win situation. What does that mean? I don't just want you to sign up and join my business. It's the last thing I'm looking for. What I want is for you to join my business and have expectations and honor your side of the partnership. And most importantly, succeed because I don't make money until I help you make money. That's what it means by the win-win situation. I don't just want you to sign up because I don't get any from that. I want you to succeed because that's the only way that I benefit. Like I said, the royalty fee, 6%. What's 6% of zero?
Wait, what?
What's 6% of zero?
Is it a zero?
Yeah, it's still zero. Exactly, right? So I don't want a business partner that's not gonna do anything because that's time that I could have been spending with somebody else, helping somebody else's who was more committed, help their business grow. So that's why we take people through a selection process to understand what exactly is it that they're looking for, right? I have no reason to give you wrong advice to kind of, I have no reason to, sabotage you because your success is our success, right? Like if you were to ask me, I want you to make more money than me. That would be great. You know what I mean? So what we basically, just want to say is that um, we don't just want anybody to be a part of our business. Like I said, we're looking for the right business partner. We're looking for someone who is committed, goes a long way. Um, you know, uh, and the reason we kind of talk about that is because when it comes to this sponsoring concept, that I help you, and get a percentage out of your business. People have different misconceptions on what type of business we're running here, right? And it's a common thing that I hear because I mean, have you ever heard of like a pyramid scheme before? Different types of illegal businesses. Have you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what do you know about them?
I know like
Uh-huh.
the top of the pyramid is like the most dangerous one, I guess. And then
Mm,
like the lowest part of the pyramid is like
uh-huh.
people who are not, I don't know, I wouldn't say like
Okay.
not the most wanted, if you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean.
Okay. So you kind of got it right. It's like the person at the top of the pyramid makes the most money, and the people on the bottom have don't have a chance to get there. Essentially, the money flows upwards. So, do you have like any experience when it comes to like a pyramid scheme or anything like that? Like any encounters?
I mean, I only learned in like history class,
Oh, really? Oh,
but like actually
they
history.
taught that in your history class? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, because in Canada, like, because I'm from Canada, so they taught
Oh.
us like most of the history and stuff from like kindergarten.
Oh. Wait, side question. Completely off topic. You get taught Canadian history over there?
No, we get taught U.S. history too.
Really? That's kind of weird. Right? Why would you teach another country's history? Okay,
It
all
was
right.
like, I mean, because like I went to like in middle school, I was at Wyoming, so like
Ah, okay.
yeah, but
Okay.
like in preschool and stuff, like yeah, we learn Canadian history,
Okay.
obviously. I
Okay.
don't think they give a fuck about you.
Yeah, we're getting off topic now. Okay. I just had that question. I was curious. But the
Yeah.
reason I asked if you had any experience or any encounters was because I did. And I wanted to share that to you because for me it was when I was in high school, my last year of high school. I played football back in high school, and it was actually with one of my old teammates. He came up to me in my math class that day, and I remember what he told me. He was like, hey Tona, guess what? You'll never believe it. If you give me $500 right now, I promise you, I will triple it in 2 weeks. You think I gave him the money?
No, I don't think it did.
You're right. I didn't. Right? I'm not that stupid. I'm not that
I don't
stupid.
think anybody
Right?
did.
Yeah. No, I definitely didn't because like what was it? Right? That's all he said. It's kind of hard. To want to do something, invest into something like that you know nothing about. So essentially, he was in a pyramid scheme. Him and a bunch of other people that he found to give him money. They were in a pyramid scheme. They found out that they were getting scammed. They all quit, and the whole thing fell apart. So, like I said, when it comes to a pyramid scheme, the guy at the top makes the most money, and people at the bottom don't have a chance. And it baffles me, when people kind of have that kind of misconception when it comes to our business. So it's something we're aware of and we're very willing to talk about because, I can just tell you right now, like I said, my mentor retired at 22 years old. Take a guess. What age do you think his mentor retired at?
Shit, you know, I'm just gonna say 18 at this point.
18. Really? Okay. You want to
Yeah.
know how old he was? He was 40 when he retired.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Why is that though? Isn't he on top? No. It's
No.
the one that put more work in, right? It's the one that committed a lot more, put a lot more time and effort into his business. He was the one who made more, which is how he retired earlier. So again, like I said, we're not just looking to meet people, have them join our business. We're looking for the right people that we can depend on to build a business and eventually succeed. So again, this is something that we actually, do want to talk about. Is what to look out for. Like I said, when you said again earlier, I always remember when you said how to know what's the right opportunity. I think that's what you said, right? Along the lines of that.
Wait, what did I
Um,
say?
it was earlier. I forgot what I asked you, but then, oh, is when I asked you if you knew about network marketing, and you kind of didn't know so much. But one of the things you said was look for the best opportunity,
Oh yeah, yeah,
something
yeah.
like that, right? So these are the things you have to look out for, right? So what I want to share with you right now is how it's different, when it comes to a pyramid scheme type of illegal business versus the network marketing business model. But before I talk about that, it's just funny, because when you look at your job, people never question that, right? Like, do you make more than your managers?
No,
No.
like left.
Yeah, exactly. Does the manager make more than the boss?
No,
No, and then the boss doesn't make more than the owner. So the guy at the top makes the most money. People don't question that, right? It's kind of funny, but yeah, no, something on the side. But okay, these are some of the actual things that you should look out for in terms of, when you're seeing different business plans and learning about different types of business models. How do you know, how what should you look out for to differentiate? Is this a legal or an illegal business? And the number one thing that you should look for, the easiest thing that you should look for to understand why or how, is the primary source of income. Is how is this business making money? Because when it comes to a pyramid scheme, they are making money based on the recruitment of people. And that's something I want to talk about as well. Because, let me ask you, if this is the time, we can kind of, be honest, share some things about each other. Let me ask you, up to this point, have you felt recruited? What do you think? Or no, yeah, tell
Mm,
me how you feel.
I don't know. I feel like I'm being very, very
Uh-huh.
vaguely persuaded in a way.
Vaguely persuaded.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, well, to tell you, it is recruitment, right? But when it comes to recruitment, it happens every single day. Your job recruits you, your school recruits you. There's always recruitment going on. But the question is not about the recruitment, it's what comes after. Because for a job, okay, you got recruited, you still have to do an interview. For your school, okay, you got recruited, you still have to put in the time and work to get the degree. And let's say right now, for example, you've been recruited, you haven't been selected for anything, right? There is no guarantee that we will do business after today. There is no guarantee that after, let's say, the fifth step of the process that you will be my mentor. There's, no guarantee of anything, on the table. Again, I'm not just out here recruiting people, is I'm investing my time to look for the right people. Like I said, I just got out of a 3 hour class. You know, I want to go home, right? But no, I value every opportunity that I get to potentially find the right business partner, somebody who makes critical or logical decisions when it comes to evaluating a business. Like I said, this whole time, even like throughout the rest of the like I said, even if you sign up, I won't make any money until I help you succeed. And how you succeed is through increasing, like I said, increasing the revenue and expanding your business. So that's the number one thing that you should look for. Like different companies out there, like they sell like insurance, like life insurance and things like that. And the way that they make their money is by, recruiting people and having them buy starter kits, basic packages, things like that. And that's where the income of their business is generated. It's kind of crazy, right? But when it comes to our business, the income is generated through the sales of our products and services. There's an immediate red flag if there's no products and services even on the table. That's like instantly a red flag. But that's something you really want to, emphasize. That's something you really want to look out for. Is like I said, how are they making money? Where is the money coming from? The second thing is sustainability. Because when it comes to a pyramid scheme, a legal type of business model, they are actively being shut down by the government every single day. And you can read about that, right? But when it comes to our company, the one that we partner with in this business model, they've been around since 1959. Pretty long time, right? You don't think that during that time they went through some type of allegations, accusations, people saying this, people saying that. Of course they did. But the fact that it's still here, still running, still succeeding, that's all I need to see, right? So the reason, we show people this is because, you know, it's something that people are gonna see regardless, right? And again, what I look for in a business partner is somebody who has logical reasoning, right? That somebody makes business decisions based on facts and numbers, not opinions. Because I can tell you right now up front, if you searched up network marketing online, you will find a lot of good things. You will also find a lot of bad things. And that makes sense, right? Because when it comes to anything that's successful in this world, that's what you're gonna see. Like for example, if I said Taylor Swift, right? Are you a Taylor Swift fan? Maybe you are, maybe you aren't.
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
If I search her up online, I am gonna see a lot of her fans, a lot of people that love her music. I'm also gonna see people maybe like you that don't like her music. Maybe you're not like actively like putting it down online or something, but some people are, right? So you're gonna find a lot of that. But the question is, I like I said, I can't, control what people put online, what people are saying. But what I look for in a business partner is someone who can correctly evaluate that type of information. How to see, something and determine, is this true? Is this real? What does this mean? For example, like you go to UC Merced, right? What if I said UC Merced? I think UC Merced is a terrible school. I think it's one of the worst schools, one of the worst UCs in California. You want to know why? Because my brother and my sister both went there and they failed. They failed every single class. They didn't graduate. That's why I think UC Merced is a terrible school. So, you think that's credible? That's fair for me to say?
No.
Why not?
Well, I mean, it really depends. Like, if you feel the class, I mean, or if you feel a class, like, it really
Uh,
depends on how you study.
mhm.
I think, like, that's what every college student, like, should think about. It's just the way you study.
Right.
And it's also, like, yeah, it might depend on the professor, but it's up
Uh-huh.
to you, like,
Okay.
what you can do to, like,
Mhm.
change it, you know?
Yeah. I would agree with you because if you look at the facts, or if you look at the facts and numbers, you would see that UC Merced is actually one of the best schools, right? That people actually graduate from and go on to have very successful careers. And I like what you mentioned about other possible factors that could have contributed to that. Because what didn't I mention? That my brother and my sister never went to class, that they never did any assignments. That would have been important to mention, right? But somehow I didn't. All I said was, I conclude that UC Merced is a terrible school. When some people look at that, they're convinced, but some people, with logical reasoning, would see that as just an opinion. So it's the same thing when it comes to our business model because everyone will say, this will work, this won't work, it's not worth it. You have to do this, you have to do that, things like that. But like I said, people, well, especially young people nowadays, I see is they struggle a lot when it comes to evaluating information they see online. Um, so like I said, when you said, I thought it was funny when you said vaguely persuading. I thought that was kind of funny because I don't think I'm ever trying to persuade someone to join my business. I simply just put the information out there, and I want to see, can someone make a logical decision? Can someone use critical thinking, make decisions based on facts, not opinions, to evaluate, is this a good business model and is it something for them? And if it's something they have questions about, want to learn more about, unclear about, then that's where I'm here to take them through the process and help them out. So that's pretty much what I do. And I talk about this, like I said, because, it's something that people see online. And I'm very confident about being upfront about it, because building the business for so long, you've understood why people are saying these things and what exactly do they mean. Because if I'm talking to you about network marketing, like I said, it's been around since like what, 1940s, 1950s. Throughout that time, they've gone through a lot of changes because back then there wasn't even no e-commerce, right? How can you build an e-commerce and franchising business with no e-commerce? So things were a lot different back then, and things are a lot more different now, right? Like back then, people had no mentorship. They didn't have somebody successful to help guide them on the right and ethical way to build this type of business. Because what we're doing, it's just the platform, right? The e-commerce and franchising network marketing company is just the platform. The question is how are you running it? How are you using it? What are you using it for? Right? Make sense? Because I see that a lot when people kind of want to put down a business off an experience they heard or something they've seen. Let's say for example, you bought an Uber, right? You bought an Uber. I was your driver actually, and when you got in the car, I rolled up every single window and then I sparked up a cigarette in the car. You'd be pretty mad about that, right? So I would expect you to complain, but would you complain about me, the driver, or would you complain about Uber, the company, for allowing that?
The driver.
The driver. I would agree because I don't think it's very fair to blame Uber, the company, because I've had some phenomenal Uber drivers that give me the charger, that let me play music, that gives me a water bottle, actually. So I've had those great Ubers, so I don't think it's fair to put down the company as a whole when it was just the individual who was using it in the wrong way. Makes sense, right? Another example that I love is a knife, right? Like if I had a sharp knife and I gave it to a serial killer, what's he gonna do?
Like murder everyone.
Yeah, he's gonna kill a bunch of people. Exactly. He's gonna kill a whole bunch of people. Okay, same knife, the exact same knife. I gave it to a chef. What's he gonna do?
Use it to
Yeah,
like make food.
he's gonna make a good meal, right? That wagyu, that filet mignon from earlier, right? Um, okay, what about a surgeon? I gave the same knife to a surgeon. What's he gonna do?
Save lives.
Yeah, he's gonna save somebody's life. So I don't think it's so much about the knife, right? When people say, knives are dangerous, things like that. I don't
I
think it's
think it's
about
about how someone uses it, huh?
exactly, exactly. It's who's in the hand, whose hands is it in, and how are they using it. And it's the exact same when it comes to our business, because yeah, some people will use it in the wrong ways. Some people will use it to, do bad things, but that's not how we use it. And it sucks that, we kind of have to deal with that type of reputation. Like I said, some Uber. My parents used to always tell me, don't order an Uber because they're gonna kidnap you. They're gonna take you somewhere else. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of generalization
To be
because
honest,
only
I still believe that.
yeah, exactly, because like only one, two people it happened to, and it's just generalization. So you get it, right? It's the same thing for our business. A lot of people have different things to say and things like that. But you really need to dig deeper and understand, ask some more questions and question these things, when you see them. Um, and obviously, when it's something you're just learning about right now, um, this is why kind of me and Jordy are here to kind of help you out because when people see things online they may not understand when they hear something from their family their friends they may not understand what it means. So I love the open discussion. I love the opportunity. I love whenever somebody asks me these difficult questions, these clarifications, because when I see somebody ask questions it it makes me it's clear to me that they truly want to understand how it works, if it works or not, or if this is true, if this is that, right? um that's why I love the open discussion. I can tell you right now, this is something I say all the time. I love it when people accuse me of being a scammer. I love it when people tell me that I'm running an illegal business. You want to know why?
What?
Because I know exactly what to tell them. I know
What?
exactly how to explain to them. Well, as long as they're open-minded to, right? Because if somebody's just gonna, be closed-minded and I can explain them everything and it's just gonna go out the other ear, that's not worth my time. Right? I rather just, let that person, think I'm doing something, but it's not even worth my time to explain to them if nothing's gonna change. But if someone is open-minded to be like, hey, I saw this, I was wondering that, my friend told me this, is it true or not? I would love any opportunity to sit down with them and explain to them how it is, right? Because attitude is one of the most important things that I look for in a business partner. So if someone has the wrong attitude, not even worth my time. So maybe not now, or maybe now, right? Let me ask you, do you have any questions, any concerns, any thoughts on your mind at this point? Like, yeah, like how do you feel when you see something like this?
I mean, yeah, it gets me a lot to learn more,
Hmm.
but now, like, I want to hear that answer.
Do you want to hear
Like,
what answer?
are you a
Uh-huh.
scammer? I want to hear the
No.
answer.
Like what? No, I'm not a scammer. Like I said, if I wanted you to join my business, we would have done it last time we met, right? If I wanted to take your money, I would have asked you for it last time, right? Why would I invest my own time, right? Time I could be using to do literally anything else. Like I said, I just had a 3 hour class, you know what I mean? Like it makes no sense. But like I said, that's not what I'm doing. I'm genuinely investing my own time. Jordy investing his own time because we are looking for the right business partners. Like
Mm.
I said, even if the next step, the next step, the next step, there is nothing guaranteed until somebody finishes the process and proves to us that this is someone I feel comfortable with connecting with my mentor, helping them start and grow their own business, going the whole way with them. So,
Mm.
like I said, right now, things might still be unclear. Uh, and this is why we're here, like I said, to help you out. I actually, encourage people, to do research, look at some things, because I expect people to have questions. I expect people to have their skepticisms. I'd be honestly, I'd be more weirded out if someone didn't. Like if they saw something like this and they're like, okay, yeah, I want to learn more. That would be, a little weird to me, right? So I definitely understand that it's normal to have questions, to be skeptical, to want to know more. But like I said, as long as someone has an open mind, if they're closed minded, if they don't want to hear what I have to say, then it's not even worth my time. So, like I said, maybe not now. You may not have many questions or things, but definitely down the line, you will. And anytime that you do, feel free to ask. Like I said, I'm always open for that open discussion, right? So, does that kind of make sense? Pretty clear in terms of what are those things that you should look out for, how to evaluate a business. Um, Good? Everyone good? Okay, cool. But yeah, just to quickly finish up, um, just want to go over some of the pros and cons of running a network marketing business. The first one, like I said, low startup costs. This is another thing about our selection process. If you want to, another answer to your question, if you want to know if I'm a scammer or not, nobody should ever ask you for money. If I try and ask you for money, let Jordy know. If Jordy tries to ask you for money, because he's that type, right? So
Uh,
don't trust him. Don't trust him, right? If he asks you for money, let me know, okay? Because he's not supposed to. Nobody is supposed to, right? So if you ever see yourself, someone asking you for money, something like that, don't do it, right? That's a red flag. Because throughout the whole process, you won't have to pay anything, right? Like we believe, why should someone have to pay something that they don't even know what it's about? Right? And we believe that education is free. So, like I said, I went through the process back when I was 18 in my first year of college, got to understand everything, had my questions, had my things like that. And the whole time, got the bang for my buck for a whole $0, right? So, like I said, watch out for Jordy, but nobody will ask you for money. um, but yeah, like another thing, flexibility. The thing I love about running a network marketing business is that it's not supposed to interfere with what you already have going on. Right now, I work two part-time jobs. I go to school. I go back to my family every day, and I still find time to build my business. Some of my business partners, they work full time, already graduated, and they still find time in their day to fit into their business. Like I said, everyone has the same 24 hours, but why are some people able to make more money and truly maximize that time? It's because you can't really manage time. The only thing you can manage is your priorities. It's not about whatever time you have, it's about whatever time you make. And the way that I know how to manage my time, like knowing, should I make time for this, is asking myself, is this getting me closer to my goal? Because if it's not, then why do I have to spend time for it? Right? Another thing is scalability. Like I said, potential to scale a big business. That's another thing you want to look out for when you see, different business plans with different companies. Is like I mentioned earlier, what is the cap on my income? Because every company's compensation plan is going to be different. Like I said before, when it comes to the company that I partner with, there's no cap. There's no limit. It's not something that I would want ever on myself. So that's what I looked for. And then the biggest thing is definitely the mentorship. Easily the biggest thing is like earlier when I mentioned to you about, who's holding the knife or, what are they using it for? The one way you can determine on how they're building business, how are they running it, what are they promoting, what are they doing, who are they? You need to look at the mentorship. So that's why, like I said last time, the process is an opportunity not just for us to evaluate you, but for you to evaluate us. for you to evaluate Jordy, for you to evaluate me, for you to evaluate my coach and my mentor and the business that we're running and the association and the things that we're promoting. This will all tell you on if well this will all give you more insight on are they using this platform to build business in the right ways. So that's the biggest thing you should look at when it comes to determining that. Now getting into some of the cons. First off, there's risk involved, which I mean, like, come on, really, like, obviously, doing anything in this world, there's risk involved, right? Like, I hate it when people tell me that they're taking the safe route by just, going to school or getting a job, and then I ask them, does the degree guarantee you a job? And every time they say no, and every time I'm like, okay, then why isn't school risky? It's kind of funny, but obviously when it comes to a business, you're taking, or not just a business, any type of side hustle, you're taking a big risk. But when it comes to us, we're not just taking risks, we're taking educated risks. Like I said, my mentor has already built a successful business, and thankfully, I get to learn about some of the times that he's failed, some of the things he wished he had done different, some of the things he wished he had done sooner. And all of that, gives me confidence that one day I can run a successful business as well, right? Like my mentor, he kind of has like an accent. You would hear it if you ever heard him talk. And, I think I speak good English, right? Would you say I speak good English? So definitely I can do what he did, right? But the thing is, am I willing to put in the work that he did? The next thing is not a get rich quick opportunity. Again, that doesn't exist. There's no such thing as get rich quick. If you want to get rich quick, go work two jobs. Go work two jobs because that's the only way to get rich quick. What we're doing is getting rich slow. Not really what people are looking for, but it's not just slow, it's sustainable. It's something, anything long lasting, is worthwhile. It's a saying like that. I don't know if that's it, but basically, anything that's worth it will take time. The next thing is loneliness and criticism. Again, when it comes to building a business, well, just business in general, entrepreneurship, you're doing, like I mentioned before, you're doing something different than the 95%. So a lot of the time, you're going to hear things from them. Like when I started my business, I was very excited. I told my friends, my family, and instead of the support that I was expecting, I was met with a lot of negatives. Like I mentioned before, people telling me it's not going to work. It's not worth your time. This is not something that people are doing. It's not worth it. You're wasting your time. You won't succeed. Things like that is what I heard all the time. But then I really took a step back to reflect and think about who is telling me this. My friends who are working full time, stuck in car payments, where they headed, nobody knows. Who is this guy to talk to me about business, about making passive income, about evaluating an opportunity? It's not worth my time. They're not qualified to give me advice. My dad, like I said before, he's someone that lives paycheck to paycheck, has been working his whole life. I don't think he's someone that's qualified to give me advice on, like I said, passive income, managing my finances, living, how to live a perfect life. That's not something he's qualified to. Well, he gives me the advice, but sometimes, like for me, it's just in one ear out the other. But I have a high standard on who I listen to. Like I said, people headed in the same direction as me. That's what I love about our association. It's hard to find someone fighting for something, in the times where people are so content the way that they're living, that they're okay with working a 9 to 5 job until they actually get there and realize it's not. I find it rare that, any opportunity I get to talk to somebody who's like-minded with me, who's actually looking to build something worthwhile, is willing to take the criticism, go through those down times to really appreciate the ups. Um, so it's something you should expect. Like I said, to have something like that 5% lifestyle, you can't listen to the 95%. And finally, time and effort is required, which is, pretty obvious, right? Any type of, literally anything takes time and effort. But yeah, just to get past that last slide, this is what our selection process looks like. So last time we met, right, for a bit, can't remember, Might have been a while ago, but we got to know each other a little bit more, and really got to dig deep on what exactly you're looking for when it comes to business, which is why today we shared a little bit with you about the business model and what are those things you should look out for when it comes to evaluating a business. Earlier, I told you that you should really look at the facts and numbers, right? But today I didn't provide you with any of those, right? So I want to invite you to one of our business seminars where they will be showing our board plan, our business plan. And this is where you'll be able to get all of the information to evaluate our business, right? Is where well you will get to see the company that we partner with, the products and services that we offer, the mentorship that we use, the scalability of our business, and the part that I was most interested about, the compensation. How much money, we're looking to make. That's what I was focused on, right? But in our business seminar is where you'll get the opportunity to see all of these facts and numbers and all of those things that I told you to look out for, um, to really get all the information about our business. Like at that point is where you've seen everything. I don't expect you to understand everything, which is like I said, why we're here to help you with any questions or concerns that you have along the way. Um, so yeah, any questions right now? Any thoughts?
Later.
What was that? No?
Later.
Later. Okay. Yeah, but so would you be available to join our business seminar? We'll actually be having it tomorrow at
What
6:30
time is that?
p.m. 6:30
6:30.
p.m.
I have class from like 5:30 to 7. So if I can join like 7 maybe.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm not sure if you'll be able to because when it comes to that seminar, it is the business formal event, so it will be on Zoom. But we still have the business formal dress code, and I'm not sure, but I think I can talk with the tech team, that admits people into the meeting, to see if they can let you in, a little bit after. Um, but it will be. You said you have class until when?
5:30 to 7:30.
5:30 to 7:30. Wow, 2-hour class.
Yeah.
What class is that?
It's a discussion class.
Uh-huh. Okay, there you go. Cool. Um, but yeah, it'll be tomorrow. I'm not sure, if you're on campus, but I know Jordy and some of our other business partners down there, they do like a little bit of a watch party, the guys all get together, watch the meeting. They do it in like a lounge or something, right?
Yeah.
So maybe, you could, if you're open to it, maybe attending with those guys, getting to, maybe Jordy can help introduce you to some of our other business partners down there in UC Merced, just so you can get kind of a better understanding of who we are, what type of people we're building business with, and then also it will be on Zoom, right? If that's not something you're gonna make in time because, like you said, your class. But we'll keep you updated on what the whereabouts or if you'll be able to join. But expect it, right? Like I said, tomorrow 6:30 p.m. But I understand you said you got class till 7:30. Not sure if that'll work, but I can let you know. Um, but yeah, I mean, other than that, any questions, any thoughts? Like, how are you feeling after seeing everything?
Wait, off topic, but that seminar you said on Friday?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that'll be here actually in Santa Clara, I believe. We have a flyer for it. Maybe after the meeting, I can send you the flyers to see more information. But it'll be our mentors speaking. So you saw Phil right in the video that I sent out to you. So Phil and he builds his business with his fiance. They recently just got engaged. Her name is Luna. So they build the business together. And like I said, they've been retired, living financially free. So it's very rare, that they do meetings like that. But they actually agreed to do a meeting for our team here in Santa Clara. Um, and where he'll talk more about the business model itself and give you a little bit more insight from his story and his perspective. And it's literally going to be a huge event, and we want to invite you to that meeting, which where you will be able to see more information, definitely answer a lot more questions, and even definitely if you're there, I'll definitely do my part to help introduce you to my mentor so you can actually meet him. Um, but it will, require for you to see a little bit more about our business plan, which is why I kind of mentioned tomorrow's meeting before that, so we can talk about it a little bit more. But I can tell you, like, it's just my word against it, but the Friday meeting with our mentor literally is a cannot miss. I know Jordy and the rest of the guys are driving over here from UC Merced. So if you're over there during that time, maybe you can plug in with them. Or do you commute right from Dublin? Or do
Mhm.
you live on? Oh, you commute from Dublin. Okay, so see, no problem with a ride. I'm in Fremont, right? So I'm nearby too. Um, but yeah, it'll be on Friday. And since you're a candidate in the process, you will be able to get into that meeting free of charge. Um, so we can talk about that. I would love, definitely love to have you attend that event, learn from more information, even meet my mentor. But you need to see a little bit more of the business plan in order to for that. So we can talk a little bit more on the group chat. Obviously, we have access to each other on there. Definitely, any questions, concerns pop up, feel free to let us know. Um, but yeah, I'll send you more information about it because, like I said, can't miss an event. I'd love to have you there. It's a crazy event. I know a lot of people are even flying out for that. But yeah, other than that, any questions? I can't believe you even remembered that from earlier. But yeah, sorry. Any questions?
No, yeah. Yeah, I'm interested in the seminar on Friday, maybe tomorrow if it does work out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely want to learn more, I guess, necessarily about like the more about like your business. Like if like I were to your recruiter, like what I would do, what
Mm-hmm.
being a business partner would look like. I guess that's one of my main questions. And then
Okay.
like like what does the business kind of like get me a
Mm,
result
okay.
of, like if you know what
Yeah, yeah, no, no, definitely. I understand that because tomorrow's meeting is where you'll get to see the how and the what, in terms of, like you said, what you'll be doing, what building the business looks like. Get basically after, if you're able to join tomorrow's meeting, you've seen everything. There's nothing that you haven't seen yet. So maybe not everything's understood, like I said, which is why we're here to clarify anything. So tomorrow's meeting is where you'll see everything. But Friday's meeting is where you'll see what it can do for you, where
Mm,
it can get you. Like I said, from my mentor story and his perspectives, it'll really give you the bigger picture on what building this business can do for you compared to other business models out there. So, literally, can't. That's kind of why I said, can't miss a event. Maybe I'm just gassing it up too much, but it's
yeah,
really when you get to see from somebody else's perspective.
right. Yeah. So like sorry. If tomorrow's meeting does not like work out for my availability, then like what is a way for me to like learn more about your business and to like kind
Mhm.
of summarize the whole meeting
Yeah, we
without
can. I mean, we can definitely have another meeting, kind of like this, to sit down and talk about it a little bit more. I just wanted to invite you to the public meeting so you can see, different people building our team, hearing from other speakers. I know the speaker for tomorrow is coming from SoCal, joining the Zoom, and then there's people, from all over the country, Texas, Canada, things like that. So I want you to see kind of like the big association and see, what type of all the different people running this business. But if it, like you said, if it can't work out, then we can set something up, for the three of us, right? Does that work?
okay, yeah. Because I want to obviously be there from like start to finish, but if
Yeah,
I get
definitely.
like an hour late, I don't think
Yeah, I
that's
think
the
yeah. No, now that you mention it, an hour late is kind of pushing it.
yeah,
That's like
exactly.
that's like
So
missing like half the meeting. Yeah. So yeah, I think a better option would be the three of us kind of work up something out to meet up maybe halfway during the week. We can have a little follow up meeting to so I can kind of show you the business plan. Until then, we can send you some more material for you to look over from my mentor. I know, if somehow you're able to attend the meeting on Friday, you'll get to see the guy for himself, right? But for now, you're only stuck to like what the virtual fill. Um, so yeah, I can send that out to you. And like I said, any questions, anything pops up, any concerns that you have, the group chat is definitely our best form of communication. So you can text us on there. Other than that, anyone got anything else?
nope. Just keep me posted about like the flyer for
Okay.
Friday. And then
Yeah.
like I'll see if because I'm definitely interested in going. It just
Uh-huh.
depends on like, the I guess like time and place I'm able
Right.
to go because I would love to go to Santa Clara, but it just depends on like like my
Definitely.
availability and then like obviously because I have more meetings on
Uh-huh.
my plate.
Definitely.
Um, yeah, but just keep me posted.
Yeah, I can send you a flyer for reference so you can kind of see where the
Yeah.
location's at, what time it'll start, and then any help that we can be to help arrange rearrange things on your schedule. Let us know, because like I said, we would love to have you there. I'll be there. I know Jordy will be there as well. We can help introduce you to some people that we know that you might connect with a little bit better. But yeah, we'll keep each other updated on the chat. So yeah, that's it from me. It's it from you, Jordy. You got anything?
I think it's good. It's good for today. Yeah, like you said, Mahika, we'll keep you posted on there, any questions you have, whether that's here to clarify things or maybe about your schedule, we can, talk about that in the group chat. But I mean, yeah, I think today went well. It's getting a little late. I know you came from a lot of meetings and stuff like that, but yeah,
A lot of class here.
a lot
But
of
you, but
class.
you, but you, but
You
you don't
thought I
say
was
anything about
embarrassed.
that. But you
All
don't say
right.
anything about that.
All right. But no, I mean, yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah, we're good. Yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it up right here. We'll stay up on the chat. I'm pretty active on there. You tag me, you'll see me on there. But yeah, we'll stay in touch. I'll give you more information and I'll send that material out to you tonight.